Coming to you live from Round Rock here in Texas. I'm here with Matt Ray of Opscode. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
So you came in just to give a little overview of Opscode and talk to our people about it. You've been in here a bunch of times. Can you, for folks who aren't familiar with Opscode, why don't we just start with what is Opscode and talk a little bit about your product, Chef?
Okay, so we are the company behind the open source project Chef. Chef is a configuration management and systems automation tool. What it does is it allows you to manage the configuration of all your servers, the applications running on top of them, and in Dell's case, the actual hardware that is running those servers. And so Chef brings it all together with an idea that is called infrastructure as code. It's part of the DevOps movement, where you actually write programs, in our case Ruby, for what your computers are going to be doing, it's quite popular. Chef is, that is. It's Apache licensed, open source, several hundred contributors to it, besides Opscode, and we're quite proud of it.
And so what was the original base for it? Was this somebody's PhD project? Was it something that you guys got from another project and grafted onto it?
No, Chef was written as a new project. Adam Jacob, one of our founders, he had some experience with some other configuration management tools, and had kind of a vision for where he thought we could take it. He hooked up with Jesse Robbins, the founder of the Velocity Conference, who was also the master of disaster at Amazon. And they went out and raised some money and founded a company called Opscode. We hooked up with Chris Brown. He's our CTO. He was one of the architects for EC2, one of the guys behind Azure as well. And we've got a lot of experience running large-scale infrastructure, and so we're writing the tool that helps us and other people run infrastructure at scale. And so that's we have a hosted version of Chef as well.
And is that hosted on EC2, and are there other places it's hosted as well?
So hosted Chef, our SaaS is actually it was on EC2 for a while, and we were since we eat our own dog food, we were able to cut it over from EC2 to Rackspace to a hybrid physical hardware and cloud hardware environment in about 30 minutes. We had our data had been moved ahead of time. We had backups of everything, but that's kind of things you can do once you've managed your infrastructure with Chef. Is you can easily move from cloud vendor to cloud vendor, from real to physical, or from virtual to physical hardware. Whatever you need to do. Once you've captured your applications and your infrastructure in Chef, it's easy to move them for disaster recovery, or in our case, we needed a little more performance with real hardware.
And so you guys are now, as you said, at Rackspace is it on OpenStack?
No. We're running on a mix of bare metal and Rackspace cloud servers. And we actually still use Amazon for some of our object storage. So we're on EC2, we're on Rackspace, and we're on physical hardware.
Very cool. And so now, we were talking a little before this that Dell's Crowbar is actually built around Chef. Can you talk a little bit about how you worked with that and how that came about?
Sure. So I was contacted about a year ago by some of the guys from Dell who were working on a tool called Crowbar, and they wanted to make sure that Chef was the right path for them. And the goal was to quickly deploy and automate OpenStack. And I'd been doing some OpenStack work with Chef at the time, and so it was a pretty natural fit to come in and help them flesh out the ideas they had. And we worked on a lot of cookbooks together. Cookbooks are how we deliver applications with Chef, and so we published a series of OpenStack cookbooks, a lot of supporting cookbooks around them for some of the other technologies involved, and that relationship continues. Dell's been quite successful with Crowbar, and the cookbooks that we write are all up on GitHub, and under Apache licenses, so anyone can use them, and they've been deployed successfully to quite a few other places.
And then last but not least, just to close with, where is the interesting stuff going to be coming from Opscode in the next year? What are some of the big things that you're looking for or you want to accomplish?
We have a lot of ambitions. We had a community summit last November where we had a lot of developers come in. We talked about a roadmap. Chef 11 is coming out soon with a focus on reporting and auditing. We've made a lot of performance improvements in the server and hosted Chef that will be open source soon. And then we'll continue to improve our support for Windows, AIX, Solaris. It's all coming, and we're going to be continue to make it easier to install the client. We have a full stack client coming, and eventually even the server.
Excellent. Matt Ray, thank you so much.
Thank you.